الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبد الله ورسوله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليك سيدي يا رسول الله. Welcome back to another lecture with Surah Yasin, and this is the lecture number 2 that we try to learn more and more about and study a little bit in depth. You know, alaykum assalam. Some of the surahs, maybe we took some of the main issues about the surah. But Surah Yasin, particularly, like Surah Al-Kahf, if you remember, we stopped a little bit more. Some of the famous, or let's say the chapters that we consider like people are reciting frequently, we try to stop a little bit and study in depth. So somehow, inshallah, we can get more of the knowledge. رَبِّ اشْرَحْ لِي صَدْرِي وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي وَاحْلُلْ عُقْدَةً مِّن لِسَانِي يَفْقَهُ قَوْلِي. It's only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And remember this dua, maybe lots of people, they spend all their life and they made all sorts of du'as related to money, related to cars, related to houses, related to righteous wife, related to good husband, all of these du'as, you know, all about this maybe dunya du'as. Okay. And the only dua that Allah said to the Prophet Muhammad to ask him to get more, it's all about ilm. وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي عِلْمًا. Rasulullah never asked Allah zidni except for ilm. And there is a comparison. I don't want to spend most of the time in this point, but there is a comparison between the people of ilm and the people of money or wealth in terms of money. And some man, a person said, and that's one of the scholars, he gave like 12 points comparison between the people of ilm, the people of money. He said, Allah never asked you to ask him to get more in terms of money, but he asked you to get more in terms of ilm. And the money, when you take from it, it decreases. The ilm, whenever you take from it, it increases. That's why they said, Zakatul ilmi ikhrajuhu bita'limihi. You have ilm, then you give zakah. What is the zakah for this ilm? By giving it, by spreading it, by teaching others. And subhanallah rabbil alameen, I always urge my brothers and sisters to make this dua even once in their life. Say this dua, Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma. Oh Allah, increase me in knowledge. You know why? You know why I ask you to say this? At least your tongue had said the same dua that Rasulullah one day said. So your tongue had moved with the same letters, the same words that our beloved Rasul had mentioned. Subhanallah Rabbil Alameen. Rabbi zidni ilma. May Allah increase us in knowledge. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. So let me just quick. We said Yasin wal Qur'ani al Hakim. We talked about Hakim, right? 3 meanings of the word Hakim. So Brother Muhammad Ali, quickly remind me the 3 meanings of the Hakim. Okay. It's almost you said all the 3 in one. Okay. So yes, the first one, wise. Yes, number 2, the final verdict. And number 3, it's well established, well made, perfectly done. You see, that's from your grandpa. He told you this. He reminded me of old days when we were in Egypt. He sees me coughing, so he asks somebody to grab some water. Allahu Akbar. Father is the father, no matter what. Subhanallah. بقول فكرتونا بالأيام الماضية، برضو كان الحج لما أكح كده يبعت يجيب مية. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالْقُرْآنِ الْحَكِيمِ. Then, إِنَّكَ لَمِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. We said, what is the significance of إِنَّكَ? That he wanted to keep the heart of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam steadfast on his way. إِنَّكَ لَمِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. But let me tell you, the word, the other one or the next verse, على صراط مستقيم. You know, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. That's why I will not stay too much in this verse, because you already know. But can you give me the translation that comes to your mind when you read على صراط مستقيم? But على, how do you translate على? Huh? على صراط مستقيم. Most of the translation you will find upon a straight path, which I do not like. I don't like that one. Committed. That's the best translation. Committed to a straight path. Means, oh Muhammad, you are guiding to a straight path, and you are showing that resilience on that straight path. And ala siratin mustaqim, upon, it looks like it's a literal translation. Literally means it's just upon something. You put something upon or over the table, upon the table. But when you talk about the path of Allah, you cannot say upon. You are committed to the right path. You show that commitment, that resilience, that you wanted to stay on the right path, which is the path of Allah. That's why always we ask Allah, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. And now let me ask you, maybe I don't want to quiz Brother Muhammad. He might get mad at me, but maybe Malik, Malik, if you are in the masjid already and you came to pray to Allah, you are attending the dars for Imam Ali in Richey Masjid. So why do you ask Allah, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم? You already had been guided to the right path. So why do you say it again? Because what? You need to, but you're already here. Exactly, but for now, so why I should ask Allah? Like somebody wanted a good car. Where is Muhammad? Like, what's the good car we talked about? Like a Cadillac Escalade, okay? So you want a Cadillac Escalade, and you ask Allah, oh Allah, give me Cadillac Escalade, okay? So if you already got it, does that make any sense to ask Allah for another Cadillac Escalade? No, you already have been guided. Okay, you guys get close to the one, but it's a key word. The key word that guidance has levels. It's not only one level. It's layers. When you say ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, even I am sort of guided to that level. Oh Allah, I wanted more. Yes, I'm not perfect. And if, let's say that I'm in a level number 4 and we have 10 levels, oh Allah, give me more. So next time I will be 6. The other time 7, then 8, then 9. Then I will get some weakness. I will get some, decreasing in my iman. Then it will be, yes, it's floating. The iman fluctuating. And that's why we talk about ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. You need to be in a constant state of asking Allah, not because you are already guided, but you are hoping that you get more in guidance. And that's number 1. Number 2, you cannot guarantee your heart, because that iman could drop. Your iman could sink. And that's why, who is the best man was ever guided? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. خير خلق الله قاطبة. ولذلك كان من دعاء النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلبي على دينك. He is the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, the best of the creation of Allah, but he kept making this dua, oh Allah, the one who flips the hearts, the one who controls the hearts, keep my heart steadfast on your way. So no matter who you are, if you was a scholar, sheikh, imam, reciter, hafiz, coming regularly to the masjid, you made 100 times hajj, you made 1,000 times umrah, you donated and you built 100 masajid, and you are the owner of the madhab in Newport Richey. Okay, if you are the owner of the madhab in the entire Florida and people are following your madhab, you still need to ask Allah, ihdina sirata al-mustaqim. Yes, always. And you cannot guarantee that's my level and I will stay forever on that level. So Allah said, ala siratin mustaqim, that prophet, that he is one of the messengers, he is committed, he is showing that commitment that he will stay on the right path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on the straight path. Then, since Allah started this surah, Surah Yasin, Allah never spoke about himself. Let's give quick revision. Yasin, wal Quran al Hakim, innaka lamin al mursaleen, ala siratim mustaqim. Did Allah talk about himself? No. Then Allah said, Tanzil al-Azizi al-Rahim. And let me give you some, but you know, if I give you this, nothing will remain for us as imams, okay? I will take you to the kitchen, okay? That's the kitchen. This is how we put the equation together. But let me just show you this. Tanzila. Tanzila al-Azizi al-Rahim. Tanzil, that's a revelation. It's a revelation from Allah, and Allah chose two names, Al-Aziz and Al-Rahim. I will talk about the two names of Allah and why Allah mentioned those two names. But Tanzila, what is the tashkil at the end of Tanzila? Tanzila, that's fath. We call it mansub, nasb. And what is the sense that gives when you have a verb having fath at the end, which has nasb, that gives you that Allah is talking with the way that he is so firm. Like Allah, I will not say angry, but the way that Allah is talking, like Allah is showing his power. Allah is addressing them aggressively, hard, yes, forcefully. That's why if you had somebody who is reciting Quran, and these are the techniques, if you have somebody who is reciting and he came at that word, Tanzila, and he recited softly, like Tanzil al-Aziz al-Rahim, you know that he does not understand tafsir. He does not understand the context, the environment. So how you should recite this? If you Tanzil al-Aziz al-Rahim, you see? So the way of the recitation of the Imam is subjected to the meaning. That's why when you recite in Salah, you should picture this. You should draw the word of Allah. You should try to frame it the way, like somebody is talking about Jahannam. Someone is talking about Jahannam. Should we say, وَإِنَّ جَهَنَّمَ لَمَوْعِدُهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. Allah is giving the warning that they will get to Jahannam. So you cannot say like this. You cannot be that soft. And subhanallah, may Allah shower him with his mercy. My brother, our Sheikh Abdullah Kamil, rahimahullah, كان من أفضل من يصور القرآن في ترتيله. Allah had given him this ni'mah. He was a blind person, and this is the Imam who passed away in New York after last Ramadan, and I was honored to have him in my house here in Egypt, and he came to the Aqiqah of Muhammad to my house. He's my friend, and subhanallah, the way that he used to recite Quran, wallahi, you close your eyes, listen to him, you feel like you see he's drawing pictures through his recitation. And I remember when he was reciting that some people are claiming that Allah had a son. He was reciting like so angry. وَقَالُوا اتَّخَذَ الرَّحْمَنُ وَلَدًا. How dare you say that Allah ar-Rahman had chosen a son like that way? So when you say, from now on, when you recite Surah Yasin and you come to Tanzeel al-Aziz al-Rahim, that has to be like you are awaking people around you. Then let me stop here at the word Aziz. You know, in Urdu, you have Aziz, right? So what's the meaning of Aziz? It's exactly like Arabic. Aziz, تعني عزيزي, قريب إلى قلبي, he's close to my heart, and Aziz means exalted. Yes, and it's mentioned in the Quran in the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, Imra'atul Aziz. But with Allah, how could you translate or give explanation to the word Aziz? Aziz with Allah has two meanings, and both of them together means he is the one with the authority and deserve to be respected. Because sometimes you might have a person who has an authority, but you do not respect him. But he just has an authority. Like you have a ruler in our country. He has an authority. But do we respect them? No. They have no respect in our minds, in our hearts. But yet, they have authority. And sometimes you respect a person, but he has no authority. With Allah, the word Al-Aziz, the name of Allah Al-Aziz, has both the authority and the respected one, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah said, Tanzeel Al-Azizi Ar-Rahim. This combination, how come authority and respect, and at the same time, he's the most merciful, the most gracious, subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, Allah Ar-Rahim. And subhanallah, that shows you something. And you know, the manifestation or the explanation of this in the next verse. Tanzeel al-Aziz al-Rahim. What's the next verse? لِتُنذِرَ قَوْمًا. I will stop at لِتُنذِرَ so I can explain Ar-Rahim. Let me ask you, sometimes you feel a little bit of like bad when we say Rasulullah was mubashiran wa nadhira, giving the good news, the glad tidings, and he is at the same time a warner. And you might say, Imam, Why Rasulullah needs to be a warner? Imam, and even some Muslims. Why, Imam, why Allah talked about Jahannam in the Quran? Why Allah said to us about Jahannam? Why Allah wants us to get scared? Let me tell you, we are in Florida. We have hurricanes, floods, and all of this. What do you feel when you get a message from the government that there is a storm coming, take a shelter within 15 minutes? With this warning, what do you feel? Happy or sad? No. That's for your safety, right? You appreciate if you got a shelter and the storm came and you are safe, then you appreciate them. They warning you. They keep sending messages. Oh, be aware, you have a hurricane. Get the sandbags, take precautions, get the stuff, get the light. Yes, sometimes they are overreacting, so you let you guys buy some more stuff from Sam's and Walmart, and we fell in this trap many times, but still, we appreciate that. We love that. So if Allah told you, because you might say, oh, why they bother us with such messages? They kept telling us it is coming, 2 days, 1 day, 10 hours, it is there. And you see the weather, you see that, you see the news are telling you every time, every hour, last update. And you might say, why they bother us like this? That's for you, because they care about you. It's a sign of what? It's a sign of love and mercy. That's why Allah said, Tanzil al-Azizi ar-Rahim litunzira. Allahu Akbar. Both of them, put them together. That's a revelation from Allah, Al-Aziz, Ar-Rahim. And because He is Rahim, litunzira. He sent a prophet to warn you. Because if the hurricane is already coming, so it's coming, there is Jahannam. It is there. So Allah is warning you, and His warning is a sign of His mercy. That's why Allah said, Tanzil al-Aziz ar-Rahim, because He loves you. He does not want you to get the Jahannam. Then let's move to the other verse. لِتُنذِرَ قَوْمًا مَا أُنذِرَ آبَاؤُهُمْ فَهُمْ غَافِلُونَ. Let me stop here. So, oh Muhammad, what's your mission? To warn. But you say, Imam, you said He is two things. Allah just mentioned warning. You said mubashiran wa nadhira, good news and warning. Allah said only warning. So where's the other side? Okay, let me explain a little bit. Let me ask more questions. Maybe inshallah you get to the point. I ask Allah to open our hearts. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Rasulullah was sent at the beginning to the people of Quraysh. What's their religion? What was their religion? Polytheists, idol worshippers. So they used to worship idols. Do you think that there were any other civilizations at the same time? During the time of Rasulullah, other civilizations? Yes, he had Rome, the Persia, and he had the people from Abyssinia. In terms of religion, who was the worst? So Rome, Persian, and even Persian, some of them had Christians inside. Some of them worshipped the fire. Okay? But what about the Abyssinians? They were Christians. Okay? That's why later on Rasulullah said, اذهبوا إلى الحبشة فإن فيها ملكا لا يظلم عنده أحد. النجاشي, Ashama. But So they somehow, they have sort of religion, knowing Allah. They know they had some of revelation. Yes, they corrupted their book, but somehow still they have some guidance. If we said, who had the worst condition? The people of Quraysh. So he started with them. Some people, I'm sorry to say that, even Muslims, oh, the Prophet Muhammad was sent only to the people of Quraysh. Not only. He was sent to the entire creation, to all mankind, even to the jinn kind. But Allah made him to start with the worst in condition, the people of Quraysh. And the people of Quraysh, they didn't only have a religion or heavenly, let's say that, heavenly religion, but they were uneducated. That's why Allah said, لَقَدْ مَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ إِذْ بَعَثَ فِيهِمْ رَسُولًا مِنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ يَتْلُو عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتِهِ وَيُزَكِّيهِمْ وَيُعَلِّمُهُمْ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ. Rasulullah came mainly to educate them. So Allah said, لِتُنذِرَ قَوْمًا. قَوْم. And the word qawm, we got, alhamdulillah, Brother Wajdi, Haj Wajdi, mashallah, expert now in the Arabic teachings, mashallah. So we get to know qawm without alif and lam. And when you add alif and lam, it will be al-qawm. What is the difference? Qawm means group of people. What is the difference if you said qawm and you said al-qawm? If you said al, so that means if Allah said litunzira al-qawm, that means he was sent only to the people of Quraysh. Alaykum salam. But yes, you specify, you make it only to those people, exclusively for them. But when you say qawm, that is called, in the Arabic, it is called nakira. وَالنَّكِرَةُ تُفِيدُ الْعُمُومِ. When you say it nakira without alif and lam, that means everyone, any people, any group of people. لِتُنذِرَ قَوْمًا. See, that's the Quran. If you just added alif and lam, you will destroy the entire message of Rasulullah Muhammad. If you said just alif and lam, oh Muhammad, you was sent to warn. If you said al-qawm, means only those. Only those. But لِتُنذِرَ قَوْمًا. قَوْمًا مَا أُنذِرَ آبَاؤُهُمْ. Their fathers didn't get this message before. They are heedless. فَهُمْ غَافِلُونَ. They are not aware of the message of Rasulullah. And you know what? So now we said they were in the worst of the conditions when it comes to religion. They worshipped idols. That's insane. Like they used to get a piece of rock, and he used to make like he calls God. He used to prostrate to him. Can you think about this? So they were in the worst of the condition. And when it comes to the education, they weren't educated. And number three, they had one of the worst of the diseases ever. They were so arrogant with their ancestors. So that's why it was common at that time to sit with some of the Arabs, and he will say to you, Bani Hashim, Bani Manaf, Bani Amr. I am from Bani, like the people of Qawm, family. I am. And they used to initiate wars between the tribes just because defending of the prideness the name of the tribe, initiate wars. Maybe they will enslave the other tribe. Maybe because something that you say, what did he make? No, he insulted our forefather. And that is, Rasulullah called this what? Jahiliyyah. Jahiliyyah. That is ignorance. Ignorance. Subhanallah. A man came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said, I am the son of this, the son of so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, the son of so-and-so. And he is not saying to tilt Rasulullah. He's saying out of arrogance. He's saying, showing him that that's my lineage. You know what did Rasulullah say? He said, كلهم في النار وأنت معهم. All of them in the hellfire, and you will be with them. Khalas. Go. Yes. And that's why they said, ليس الفتى من قال هذا أبي وهذا عمي. The person is not the one who said, this is my father and this is my uncle. But the real man who said, I am with my ethics, with my morals, with my deen. Feel izzah. That's why the scholars said there is a slight difference. They call it sha'ra. What is sha'ra? A thin hair. You know the hair? A thin thread. Slight difference between arrogance, kibr, and izzah. What's the difference? Izzah is to feel the greatness, proud, not of yourself, to feel proud of your identity, to feel something that you feel not of something that you own, but with the honor, the dignity of your religion. So it is called, as Auntie Maryam said, fine line. Yes, it's a fine line. And actually, this is what we need to have as Muslims, izzah. And the other one is kibr, arrogance. What is the difference between izzah and arrogance? Izzah, dignity and honor with what Allah had granted you in terms of religion. Kibr is to feel arrogance with what Allah had given you related to dunya, not related to deen. Big difference. So if Allah granted you Islam, do not put your head down to anyone. That's why they said, we are the nation that we do not bow to anyone except Allah. Is that arrogance? No, that's izzah. نحن أمة لا تركع إلا لله. We only make ruku' for Allah, not for anyone else. That's izzah. That's honor. That's our dignity. Yes, and self-respect. But when you talk about arrogance, to show yourself, to show your muscles on some people, to show because of a couple of dollars, and subhanallah, how cheap some people are when they show arrogance with little things that they 100% sure that they are going to leave. How come? How come you show arrogance with something that you do not own? Can I ask you, what do you own? Imam, I own my house. No. Imam, I own my car. No. Imam, I own my clothes. No. Even when you die, we will take it out. Don't worry. We will take care of you. We have shroud here. So you don't even own that clothes. Subhanallah. So how do you feel arrogance with something that you do not own? When you die, you go with nothing. With nothing. That's why they said لو استشعر الناس ما في بطونهم ما استشعر الكبر شبان ولا شيب. If people knew the reality that they were created from sperm, a little drop, they cannot feel arrogance at all. Subhanallah. May Allah guide us all. Allahumma ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen. So, inshallah, next time we will talk about the other verses. And when Allah said, لَقَدْ حَقَّ الْقَوْلُ عَلَىٰ أَكْثَرِهِمْ فَهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. That they knew the truth when He showed the miracles, when He made it clear, they did not believe. But let me ask you, they did not believe now, but they will believe someday. You know what's that day? They will believe. And Allah mentioned this in the Quran, Surah Al-Dukhan. They will say, رَبَّنَا اكْشِفْ عَنَّا الْعَذَابَ إِنَّا مُؤْمِنُونَ. Now, they will say, oh Allah, remove the punishment from us. We believe. It's too late. It is too late. And subhanallah, you remember Fir'aun? Fir'aun drowning and dying. آمنت أنه لا إله إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إسرائيل وأنا من المسلمين. Subhanallah, see, he is dying and he is arrogant. What did he say? He said, I have believed with that God that the people of Israel had believed in. He didn't say, I believe in Allah. He didn't mention the name of Allah. Although that Sayyiduna Musa gave him the clear answers about Allah, he explained Allah, but he is dying and feel arrogance to mention the name of Allah. He said, I have believed in that God that the people of Israel had believed in. And that's it. So Allah said, Al-ana, now you say the truth. Now you utter it. Now you acknowledge it. Al-ana وَقَدْ عَصَيْتَ قَبْلُ وَكُنْتَ مِنَ الْمُفْسِدِينَ. Now you say it, and before you disobeyed, and you was one of the corrupted people. فَالْيَوْمَ, that's the final verdict. فَالْيَوْمَ نُنَجِّيكَ بِبَدَنِكَ تَكُونَ لِمَنْ خَلْفَكَ آيَةً. We will only save your body, so you will be a tool for other people to get lessons from your story. People will extract lessons. You will be a sign of that's ibrah, a lesson, a sign for all people who will come after you. And he's still there in Cairo. May Allah keep him always there. Ameen. Jazakumullah khairan. Barakallah. Yes, yeah, he's not safe, alhamdulillah. Maybe. Allah knows. May Allah guide us to the right path. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullah khairan. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعني وإياكم بما فيه من آيات والذكر الحكيم وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. جزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.